Hi guys, and welcome back to another Tea Tuesday with coffee, a giant coffee. Let's get into it. But today is a viewer requested video, and it is about family, not about boys, because I'm working my way up there, guys. I'm working my way up there. I promise. I promise I'm working my way up there. But know this, the Jeju curse is gone. Well, we'll see if it's gone, but it's, I made it to Jeju. I didn't break up with anybody. Yay. Okay, anyway, let's get into it. Let's talk about the viewer requested question and I'll answer it, okay? Again, about family. How often do you go home to visit family, if at all? And do you find difficulty in visiting your family during times they may really want you there, like the holidays? I try really hard to visit my family at least once a year. Minimum is what I try. Unfortunately, last year I could not visit my family because I broke my ankle. Usually I try to go home during the Christmas season and have Christmas with my family, New Year's, my birthday, all of that. I try to do that every year. But again, I broke my ankle last year, so I didn't get home. I was planning on going this summer, but we'll see. I'm not sure yet. So for those who aren't my family, my mom's currently in the hospital due to some heart complications, and I kind of want to go visit her this summer, but I also kind of want to go home during the holidays. I want to go home for Christmas and visit my family during Christmas as well. And I'm like, do I want to give up both of my vacations to visit family? And the answer might be yes. So I'm not 100% sure this year what's going to happen with visiting family, but I definitely try to visit family at least once a year, if not have them come here. So my mom and my dad have both visited Korea. I brought them here, I think it was year 3 when I was living here. I brought them both to Korea at different times. And my mom was here last year as well, in about May. So there's that. So I visit my family about once a year, and it is kind of difficult. For instance, Thanksgiving, I can never go home because it's during the semester here and we don't have that off. So I am never going to be home for Thanksgiving because of the semester and because of how schools work here. I am lucky, okay, I have to say that. I get really good vacation time. I teach at a university, and universities have the best. They're the hardest to get into. They pay the best money, and they have the best vacation time. I get about 5 months vacation, which I've said in previous videos. And so I actually am very lucky in that I can go home for holidays if I wanted to. I just have to make sure like all of my stuff is in a row and I have access to the internet just in case a student complains about their grade and I have proof of their grade, etc., which is all on USBs or on my Google Drive. So I can change it in America. So I have to have access. I can't just go somewhere without access to the internet. So I try to get home for Christmas. And then my birthday, obviously, which is in December, right after Christmas. And then between my birthday or after my birthday is New Year's. So I try to get home for those holidays. I don't always make it. Again, things happen, life, etc. Last time I went home was for Christmas, but the time before that, my mom had heart surgery. She had open heart surgery and had to get some, I can't even remember, it was 2 years ago, but my mom had to have surgery and I couldn't be home for the surgery, but I went after the surgery to see my mother and to spend time with my family and help around the house, etc. So I I go home a lot. I go home a lot. But I think that's because of me. Like, my family's very important to me and I want to see them. And yes, I travel here, but like, I'm really close with my parents and I just don't want to go 1 year without seeing them. But I do know of people who aren't here as long as I am that don't go home every year. So I think it's more a long-term expat situation where I go home because I've been here for so long. Whereas a lot of the people who live here aren't long-term, so they're not going to go home every single year. They're going to use their vacation time to go travel Asia because they're going to go home in a year, or they're going to go home, excuse me. They're going to go home in 2 years. So for them, it doesn't make much sense to go home as often or at all. Whereas me, I'm here long term. I've been here long term, and so it makes sense for me to go home long term. So I try, but I again, like, I go home for Christmas and New Year's. Like, I'm there for that. Now, I think this is also another thing. Like, I've been here long term. That's one of the things, the reasons. And two, I have so much vacation. Normal teachers that aren't professors, that don't teach at a university, don't get my 5 months vacation. If you're starting out at a public school, I believe you only get 20 days vacation the entire year. So you can take 10 and 10, or I'm not sure how you can do it. My school was different. So when I went, like, if there weren't students, I wasn't at the school. So I actually have always had a lot of vacation, but I had a very unique situation with my school. But most public schools is like, I think 20 days vacation, and you can get more after that if you've been at the school for a long period. And then Hagwons, which are private academies, you only get about 10 days. So, you know, you're not really, and that's 5 days in summer, 5 days in winter. You're not really getting a lot of time off to go home internationally. Like, when I go home for long periods of time, like 3 weeks, 4 weeks at a time. But I don't, like, that's someone else's entire vacation, basically, or more than some people's entire vacations I get to go home for. So I'm in a very unique and special situation, which I honestly try not to take it, like, I don't try to, I don't know what the word is I'm looking for. I'm trying not to, like, boast too much about it. I do get a lot of vacation, so I do go home more than most people do, and I do spend a lot of time home when I do go home, which, again, as a university professor, a lot of the other professors in my department do the same thing. They'll go home for the entire vacation and not be back until we need to start school again, which is March 1st, or, well, which is a holiday, but March 1st or September 1st, right? So there's that. But if you're in a public school or you're in a private Hagwon, you're not going to get the vacation, and you're probably going to find it really difficult to go home for special occasions like Christmas or birthdays or Thanksgiving for the Americans out there. So that is that. But yes, my family, I see them often. And if you could, guys, keep my mom in your thoughts and send positive vibes to my family, if you would please, because I'm stressed, my mom's stressed, my family's stressed, my dad's stressed, everybody's stressed, and it's not fun. So yeah, I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video, which is about dating, according to my notes. Okay, I keep saying that, but it really is. It's number 4, I promise. See, number 4, dating. Okay, love you guys. Bye.